So, ooh, so the role of metadata is particularly useful, especially when posting a video or sharing any content on YouTube, or really for a lot of different things as well. But for YouTube particularly, and also for just like when you're editing stuff, when you're producing anything, when you're uploading anything, even to other platforms like Facebook, to a certain extent, like Instagram and stuff like that. Metadata is like the textual information that kind of accompanies a video and helps search engines understand the context of it. Because computers are really smart, but they aren't that smart to really know what you mean when you say that movie where the guy says, go get him. Like, that's not necessarily, unless it's tagged that way and it's very specific. Um, but usually, metadata includes tags, titles, descriptions, and captions, which allow the computer to find out what you're looking for and kind of get the content that you're searching for readily available to you. It kind of makes up much more efficient searches for you. It is also like temporal metadata, which is like the closed captions. So like if you have your captions are closed, subtitles basically, um, that helps as well because that'd be a part of the metadata. People that need help, that need closed captions, hard of hearing folks or deaf folks or folks who just want to read along while they listen to it, like I do. That helps in that kind of search. Also with like time text, I've noticed this a lot in YouTube videos where like folks break it up into segments, or like if a music plays, they'll include like what song is playing. They'll break it up into scenes. Like if they have, I was just watching a tutorial on like iOS 14, and they showed basically like what they were going to talk about in each section. Like this is what they're going to talk about, like how you can organize your apps, how you can make shortcuts, how you can go into your settings and do all kinds of stuff. But yeah, who's speaking? It basically just breaks up. It gives you like things to be aware of while you're watching a video. Um, and then like the detailed descriptions are very important to have, and timestamps. And it's also a lot of places where you can use your metadata besides like YouTube and stuff like that. Like when you're filming anything, you have any production work, it's really important. I'm a television major, television and cultural studies major. But for the TV side and kind of with that kind of production and directing kind of thing, it's really helpful when you like highlight parts of the script so you can keep track of all the different aspects of the take and what describes it. So like, I mean, that's really good pre-production anyway, and also while you're in production is to keep track of everything that you're doing, because you're gonna have so many takes, so many shots, have so many different angles that you're gonna shoot from. It's a lot. So when you do that, you kind of want to have all that technical information down packed and organized as much as you can, which falls into metadata, so that it's easier for the editor, if it's yourself or if it's for someone else, to edit that footage and find what they're looking for. Because it'd be hard if you just have, oh, this is just a kitchen scene. Like that wouldn't be the best use of metadata. You want to break it down like, okay, this is the kitchen scene, and this is where we have the close up of talent A, and then we have over the shoulder of talent B. This is a wide shot. This is a two shot. This is a medium close up. This is probably an establishing shot of the house before you get into the kitchen. Whatever that looks like, the more specific, the better. And that's how metadata really works. And in terms of editing, like I was talking about before, you want to be able to title a lot of the things that you're recording, and also like what you filmed. I work with a lot of like Adobe Premiere and stuff like that to like edit my stuff. And it's really the first thing I do before I even import anything is to name it. So that's one of my uses of metadata, is like I use the name of the footage. Like this is the scene from this part, or this is the clip. I edit stuff for a radio show. So I just like, all right, this is the segment that they were talking about, Donald Trump or whatever, or they were talking about Black Lives Matter. I name all of those things before I even import it. So it's not just those letters and numbers that they kind of generate automatically for you based off the file. I know specifically what I'm looking for and how I'm going to edit it and how I'm going to put it into the timeline. And as you get more advanced and as you deal with more footage, you can put those into folders and stuff like that, and like keywords to like know what you're looking for. And that's really important. Um, like even when you have a completed video, it's really important to like also when you're uploading stuff to have general and specific keywords to describe that kind of information, or the video particularly, because that specific use of metadata narrows down your experience, and also it separates you from people who have similar experiences. There are millions of YouTube videos of folks who talk about makeup or beauty or fashion or video games or whatever. What makes you different? And using tags, descriptions, and being as specific as you can helps with that, especially if you're up and coming and people have to just search for you. It's easier for them to find you and like also have you related to folks who have similar content as you. So this way they can find you and it's more sustainable that way. Same thing with metadata for archiving is really just, having everything described as detailed as you possibly can, not only for yourself, but for when you're like uploading stuff for your viewers to find you. Um, Metadata can be used differently for each person. Something that can be really specific for someone can be really vague for someone and they can understand it. When you're working in a team or when you're working to get content out there, the more specific, the better.